factory wall on the corner. Never learned to sprint barefoot down the block to become the fastest girl on Madison Street. Doesn't learn to hide the belt or steal the bacon or kick the can, but I do, and because of this, tomboy becomes my new name. My Walkman, mother says, reminds her of my father. When I move long-legged and fast away from her, she remembers him. And I also wrote like a little journaling. It doesn't have to be very long because I mean, you don't have a long time, but just make it as short or long as you want. It's personal or really impersonal. Just be ready to share to your group. I'm like my parents in many ways. I'm quiet like my mother, I was close like my father, and I value family like both of them. Okay, so just start thinking and writing.
Yes. So you could help her with something.
Is this supposed to be on something you read, or?
No, it's like your own identity. That was just like an example of how she found herself. So like, what makes you feel like what did you get like from your mom, or like what made you grow up into like the person you are now, like just anything, like events, family members, friends, like that influenced you. And you guys can start sharing anytime, like when you feel ready.
because of like breaks, right? Like being alone, like I don't know how to describe like extroverts who I am, like chasing deer down the street and getting stuck in the middle of the lake on a water ski is like who I am when I'm with my family. It's like that. So I remember for mine, I talked about my older brother, kind of similar. We just would play every night. I was a good boy, so sports is like, I was like I was a neighbor kid until like really late at night until our mom's house. And my brother was so really tough, and so I kind of grew up with like learning how to be tough instead of like a little, like I was like a girly girl with him. And so that's like very sports came out. I was like, he played soccer, so I played soccer, and I kind of like followed his footsteps for a lot of things. Like my mother and my father's side, how I don't like both of them, I just like both of them, and how they're both kind of opposites, but at the same time, like I'm opposite from both of them too, so kind of interesting how
I talked about how when I was growing up, our family lived kind of out in the country, and so it was mostly just me and my siblings every day. Like we were homeschooled, so at noon and dark at home, and we just go outside until basically got dark out. And so a lot of my identity is tied with my siblings because there's just hundreds of thousands of hours of us just out in the woods doing the random stuff.
So it was kind of set aside for most of them.
The discipline that I've gained from that, the responsibility, really gave me the identity of what role I get to play.
Do you want to start? Wrap it up. I feel like, I don't know, most people are done. Except for that group. Okay.
My wish is really, I guess, is there like a word
So I think I just kind of felt out of the place where I guess I related to her. So I just wrote about that. And so I wrote about the other women, they took 2 and 9. And she talked about how she always gets compared to her sister. The teachers always call her Adele. And then I'm sorry about your jockey. And then just wrote about that. How in my elementary school it was exactly like that. I always got called Jenny. They're always like, oh Jenny, and then they're always expecting me to know the answers because my sister is smarter than me. But how that never really worked out for in a way. Like I guess I found my own identity. Except that I was not going to
mostly it's just kind of talking about how routine my family was growing up. Like super and like I grew up, I consistently went to church every Sunday at 9 o'clock. And we another paragraph talks about my dad is like,
Yeah. Yeah.
just like that all the way.
Thinking about coming back together.
This year, my mom kind of took over everything. She's a little scatterbrained at times, so yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for sharing in groups, we're going to transition into a new activity. When I was reading through the book, I loved the way that each event that she went through was made so simple in just her, like, I guess, choice of words that was like really few, as she put these big events that happened to her into poetry and made it easy to understand and I guess just simple. But the thing that I liked the most was the titles of the poems, and I thought that the titles kind of illustrated the names of the events and the things that happened to her throughout her life. And so thinking about the period of time that was in the novel kind of made me think about her timeline of her childhood. And so I went through and found the things that I thought were like big events, maybe important events in her lifetime as it was recorded in the novel, which was basically just her childhood because it ended when she was younger, I guess. But this is the key events that I found, and I liked the way that she came up with creative, clever titles for it that were not necessarily explicit, saying what it was. So the first one was A Girl Named Jack, and that was when she was born, and I liked it because it said that she was born to be somebody, and her dad kind of talked about wanting her to be noticed, wanting her to stand out, wanting her to learn to stand up for herself, and kind of just that was her name, and that was the beginning of her identity. The second one is Journey, and that was the poem where her mom and dad split up, and then they made the journey to South Carolina and left Ohio. The third one was On Paper, and that's when she wrote her name on paper for the first time. I thought that was a big kind of milestone for her. So I added that in the timeline. And then Home and Home Again talks about just finding the separation between where is home. Is it in New York or is it in Greenville? Daddy is the poem when her grandfather passes away, and that was a big milestone for her also. And then the last one was A Writer, and that's when she kind of decides to be a writer when she was 7, and just knows that that's who she wants to be in her life. And so this is kind of like the timeline of her childhood that helps her shape her identity. And we are going to talk about personal timelines in Meredith's time.
So after this, with this, we're going to transition to thinking of our own personal lives, and kind of the objective of this is to come up with chapter titles that you can kind of fit the events of your life into. So if you can think of like 4 to 6 headings that are significant, and in a while we're going to split into groups and kind of write those out and then share with each other. But first I'm going to give an example of my own. So I chose 4 different titles when I'm thinking about kind of the events of my life. The first is Sister Number 3. So I have 2 older sisters, and they just paved the way for me in a lot of different respects. They started arguing with my parents first, they dated first, they both went